Job Hunting
101.
Hello and welcome back to the Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance. This is the fourth in our series of Job Hunting 101. We are going to concentrate today on veterans' assistance to gaining employment. My name is Michael White and I've been with the Tampa Bay Workforce for 4 years, and I'm a local Veterans Employment Representative and I'm retired U.S. Army.
I'm Bill Farnan, retired U.S. Air Force after 30 years. I'm the Military Family Employment Advocate with the Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance.
My name is Troy Johnson. I'm the Transition Program Manager for MacDill Air Force Base. I'm also a retired Army veteran of 21 years.
My name is Efrain Costa. I'm retired out of the United States Army. I'm a local Veteran Employment Representative with Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance and currently performing the duties as a TAP facilitator in MacDill Air Force Base.
Right now I want to talk specifically about the Transition Assistance Program because that's had a lot of discussion both in the press and on the Department of Defense website and just general discussion throughout the military. Troy, would you please?
The Transition Assistance Program is a national partnership between the Department of Defense, the Department of Labor, the VA, and Homeland Security. There's basically 4 key components to the transition program. The first component is the pre-separation counseling. This is mandatory that every veteran that have served on active duty for more than 180 days, that they must receive a DD 2648 no later than 90 days before they separate or retire. Somebody that's retiring can start the transition process 2 years out. Somebody that's separating can start the process 1 year out. The second component of the TAP program is the DOL TAP workshop, and I'll let Efrain elaborate a little bit more on that. The other 2 components are the VA benefits briefing and the DTAP briefing, which is the Disabled Transition Assistance Program. Additionally, what we have to offer with the transition program is we do quarterly career fairs. We average about 70 employers and 560 job seekers that attend our career fairs. We do our own one-on-one career coaching to assist them as they transition out. We also have our own skills development workshops, from resume writing to interviewing to federal job search information. And we also have a group via LinkedIn, MacDill Air Force Base Transition Program. This is a professional networking group that I try to get all the employers and all the veterans to meet and to network.
Efrain, how do we at Tampa Bay Workforce facilitate the transition program that Troy's just described?
We actually facilitate the TAP seminar workshop on a monthly basis. It's usually about 2.5 days. The first 2.5 days belong to the Department of Labor, us, the Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance. We provide employment services, and the other half of the day is actually covered by the VA folks, where they receive a VA benefit and a Disabled Transition Assistance Program overview on day 3. We also enhanced the current Transition Assistance Program right now, a workshop. We add additional 1 more day where we bring folks from the Education Center, we bring guest speakers, career coaches, we have somebody to cover the SBP, Survivor Benefit Plan, and also we got employer panels to be part of the seminar.
Bill, and how do you discuss job opportunities with prospective spouses that may still be waiting for that year to pass, and they need to get employed here in MacDill or elsewhere?
While the spouse is on active duty, the other member that is at home, the non-military member, has employment rights, and they have me to be able to come to and actually talk about some of the same things that the folks that are transitioning out get a chance to do. They also, probably even more so, when they come new to the area, they don't know anything a lot about Tampa. They don't know about the different types of jobs opportunities and the wage bases and things that we have going on here. So I facilitate them in helping them to tailor a resume to this area, to tell them about some of the different opportunities for networking and different opportunities for training programs that are available to help them transition into the Tampa Bay area.
Efrain, back to the Gold Card Initiative. I had described that earlier of what it was about. How do you use those things contained within that program within the TAP delivery?
Well, every TAP participant received a Gold Card certificate. We actually provide them an overview during the 2.5 days, usually that we actually hit employment. We covered overview. We encourage them to get connected with a one-stop center and a local veteran employment representative at their gaining state or home of record. We also reemphasize that the Gold Card initiative will be provided. They're going to be receiving case managing services for a period for 6 months. Also opportunities for training. They will be able to receive labor market information. We will help them create a IDP, an individual development plan, in order to guide them from the armed forces into the civilian workforce, and eventually make them easier to make a decision or a choice what industry and occupation they're going to be targeting.
Having said all of that, guys, what do you think the impact is going to be with the Vow to Hire Heroes Act that the President signed back in November?
Well, obviously for us at MacDill, it's going to be a very traumatic impact. For one, right now at MacDill, the only component is that pre-separation counseling. That is the only mandatory component. As of right now, the DOL TAP workshop is a voluntary workshop. We see approximately 250 members a quarter that go through the transition process, in starting that pre-separation counseling. Right now we have about 100 that go through a quarter that go through the DOL TAP workshop. So you're looking at doubling that plus that to provide that type of training to those separating or retiring. So as far as logistics wise, we're still working that piece. So.
Well, what are we doing for our older vets? We have them from 22 to 82 looking for work, and how do we help them there?
One of the things, and I think one of the common things with all of our vets and all of our job seekers, especially within the Florida area, is the Employ Florida Marketplace. The Employ Florida Marketplace allows a veteran, a non-veteran, a spouse, anyone that's a job seeker to go out and hunt for jobs. They register out there, they can post a resume, they can search for jobs, and when that resume is posted, an employer can actually go and seek those people that are job hunting at the same time. So that becomes a kind of a common denominator for everyone of every age group. High school children looking for summer jobs, they can find them there. Older veterans can find jobs there depending upon their qualifications, but that becomes the common denominator for all of them is the Employ Florida Marketplace.
Ephraim, what are we doing to take care of those veterans that are leaving the state of Florida to go back to their home of record?
Well, that's a unique situation I encounter as a TAP facilitator, and by my intent, or our intent in the Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance, along with the Department of Defense, is to get that armed force individual connected with a local veteran employment representative at the home of record or the gaining state. We actually try to get them registered on Employ Florida Marketplace, and through the Lever DVOP locators, we find their local veteran employment representative, get them connected. As soon as those two individuals get connected, we drop out of the media and we turn in that armed force individual or vet to the Veteran Career Manager for Employment Services.
What have we done for the Florida National Guard and the reserve components?
One of the issues with the National Guard enlisted reserves is due to missions, orders are getting cut. They'll come back to the state. As you see, we perform support on Yellow Ribbon events, and a lot of them, what we encounter is that a lot of them are coming out of orders immediately, maybe 45 to 60 days. What we did on the last Yellow Ribbon event that we participated was we invite employers. We identify what target industry they were seeking, what occupations. We try to connect those employers with those particular armed forces because they're still serving, but they were going to come up out of orders in maybe 20, 25 days. Our intent is to get them connected with those prospective employers and eventually surrender him or her to a local veteran employment representative within the state of Florida.
Bill, how do we connect the spouse of that active duty person?
At the same time, when a spouse gets activated, the military member gets activated, that spouse automatically becomes eligible for one-on-one services from myself, the family employment advocate. We offer, again, all of those same things that for the spouses on active duty orders, National Guard or Reserve, including the regular active duty folks, and we offer all of those services to them as well as to spouses that have been in the area for some period of time.
Just real quick, we also provide services to guards and reserve folks. They're welcome to come to our center. If they've been on active duty for 180 days, they got to go through the pre-separation counseling. We have skills development workshops for them, one-on-one career coaching assistance. Have a strong network of employers so we can assist them to kind of get connected to some targeted employers.
The Airmen and Family Readiness Center at MacDill has a good working relationship with the Tampa Bay Workforce Alliance, and we with them. And we partner to take care of our family members, our spouses, our active duty people, and our veterans that are transitioning. And so we keep that as a close working relationship at all times.
Well, it's as close as it can be because you sit at the facility with Troy, so
exactly,
and that really makes a difference.
And Efren and I share an office there actually too,
Right.
so that makes it just that much better for all of us.
Yes.
What about the reserve weekend drills? How are we handling that piece? Are we reaching out to them enough? Are we trying to increase our outreach to them while they're in a drill mode?
Well, unique would be as we try to target reserve commands, we need to get in there particular drill dates. We need to be part of that particular dates that they're actually drilling so we can actually provide an overview of the services that we have available. But just keep in mind, any reserve component member is required to go to the preset briefing. It's mandatory. So as they go through the preset briefing, actually they receive an overview of all the benefits available, especially employment. And right away, I know the Department of Defense get them connected with the local veteran employment representative at the one-stop centers.
It just seems to me that when we've attended those yellow ribbon and the reserve component events, there's a 1,000-yard stare on some of those young veterans when they don't have the job in their pocket. And we need to talk about that.
Well, if you allow me, please. See, it's really stressful. They'll come out from the deployment right away, okay? And they're short on orders. And the only thing that we know is how to serve in the military. In order for you to prepare, you need to have an idea of how to establish a job search campaign. You're coming out of uniform right away, and you got to look for a job. And that takes some planning. And then sometimes those young folks, even some mature folks, need time to develop a plan and understand how to create an effective job search campaign.
This concludes this first segment, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Employers, you can search candidate resumes and research labor market information at employflorida.com.